Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My amendment essentially restores Senate Bill 460 as it arrived here in the House before it was changed dramatically in the Health Committee. I will give a rundown of what Senate Bill 460 actually does. First of all, as passed overwhelmingly by the West Virginia State Senate, it proposes changes to the state's compulsory immunization requirements for children. Here's a point-by-point analysis. This bill allows parents or legal guardians to exempt their children from mandatory vaccinations if they submit a written statement indicating that the immunization conflicts with their religious or philosophical beliefs. This statement must be provided annually to the child's school or state-regulated child care center. Under current law, medical exemptions require approval from state-appointed immunization officer. Senate Bill 460 proposes that a written statement from a licensed physician, physician's assistant, nurse practitioner, indicating that a specific vaccine is or may be detrimental to a child's health, that is sufficient for a medical exemption. This change eliminates the need for further approval from the state. The bill removes the provision authorizing the appointment of a state immunization officer, thereby centralizing exemption decisions with individual medical providers and parents and guardians. Senate Bill 460 prohibits schools and state-regulated child care centers from excluding individuals who have obtained exceptions from participating in extracurricular activities or attending school-based events. The bill permits individuals who face adverse actions from school or child care centers due to their acceptance to pursue civil action. They may seek compulsory damages as well as equitable relief. Senate Bill 2023, emphasizing that compulsory immunization laws should not substantially burden a person's exercise of religion. 460 asserts that forcing vaccinations despite religious and moral objections violates constitutional rights and public health policy. The bill eliminates the requirement for public, private, and parochial schools to create and maintain reports on the number and percentage of students that have been granted these exceptions. And 460, as passed by the Senate, specifies that full-time public school virtual students who do not physically attend private, public, or parochial schools are exempt from any compulsory immunization requirements. Permission to speak to the amendment, sir.
Yes, gentleman is recognized.
This amendment in defense of liberty, the very principle we all swore an oath to uphold when we took office. Liberty is not negotiable. It is the very foundation of our republic and is the reason we are here. My amendment, which would again put Senate Bill 460 back in, as passed overwhelmingly by the state Senate, is a restoration of parental rights. Rights that were already affirmed when we passed overwhelmingly the Parents' Bill of Rights. Parents should and must be the final authority in decisions affecting their children, not bureaucrats, not unelected agencies, and certainly not the government. This amendment ensures religious and philosophical exemptions are fully restored because without them, we are actively violating the Constitution and the fundamental promise of religious freedom. The First Amendment guarantees free exercise of religion, not at the discretion of government, but as an unalienable right. To those who took the same oath as I did to defend the Constitution, I ask you, will we stand by that oath today, or will we betray it? When we passed the Parents' Bill of Rights, we made a promise to parents in West Virginia that they, not the government, have the final say in the upbringing of their children. This amendment upholds that promise. The right to make medical, religious, and philosophical choices for one's own child is fundamental for individual liberty. The First Amendment guarantees that government cannot infringe upon religious practice. Without religious and philosophical exemptions, we are forcing individuals with government force, and government force is always men with guns, to violate their deeply held beliefs, which is an unconstitutional act. The Senate passed this bill with broad support because they realized the importance. The amendment simply restores the bill to what was already agreed upon. Every one of us swore an oath to uphold the Constitution. Nowhere in the Constitution does it state to protect people from themselves. Nowhere. That is pure tyranny. But we swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, not to bend to political pressure or special interest. Failing to pass this amendment is a failure to uphold that oath. We must trust the people, not government. Parents know what's best for their children, not the government. So I urge my colleagues to stand for liberty, restore parental rights, and to keep our oath to the Constitution by passing this amendment. Anything less than that is a betrayal of our duty to the people of West Virginia. I reserve the right to close, and I request the yeas and nays.